Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. And today I get to interview my friend Joel Hughes, who is the founder of Paperback Labs. And one thing he wants you to know about him is that he's a learner and an evolver. And Joel, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Always good.
So you said your tendency for learning and evolution seemed like a flaw in the past, but now it's a strength. Tell us about that.
Yeah, uh, I've never had a grand plan. I've had thoughts of what I think the plan could be. Kind of like uh, someone might want to get fit, but they don't know how much work that takes and how to work out and diet and whatever all that takes. And so I've had what I thought was goals, but not with a straight path to get there. And so it's really just trying things myself. Like I have to experience them completely, uh, seeing how they feel at trying them on, and then pivoting quickly. And so I always say when I'm talking about my career, like, I'm sorry, like you have to follow the bouncing ball of my career because
Yeah.
it's even at any family gatherings, someone inevitably is going to ask, "So,
Yeah.
like, what are you doing today? Are you still at that company?" And I have to be like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
no, it's a lot of date. I'm actually not doing that anymore. Started this new thing, tried that, and now did this other thing. And so here's where I'm at right now. So I hope you're comfortable because I'm going to give you the whole update, sort of thing." So
Yeah. Yeah. And I've gotten great snapshots over the years. Like I've gotten to watch you wrestle this through. And I will say there's definitely a method to the madness, right? Like I think evolving is right. You are evolving from what I've seen, right? And so for anybody that doesn't know, Joel is one of the old school heavy hitters in the idea of like media and data and revenue. There are a handful of people where I'm just like, oh, these are like the OGs, And I'll throw like an Anne Marie Wills in there,
yeah,
who I know Tim Bradbury. I interviewed them together actually not too long ago, and Anne Marie gave a shout out to you on that interview.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, but you're one of those people that you really have a very long history of understanding media, how it works, and then data and audience, and then revenue. Tell us a little bit about your media origin story.
Sure. So I kind of started when the internet started really being a big impact on media. So my first internship, I have a tech background. My computer science degree required an internship, and so I was looking. You had to look in like classified ads
Yep. Yep.
in 2000 for a believe it or not, for a internship, and there was one for an IT department at a publishing company, which I envisioned was going to be. I'm thinking like a whirring press and
Yeah. Yeah. Of
ink
course.
and paper, and I did not know that it was an office with sales and editorial people and normal desks. So that was really interesting. But that's how I got into it. And at the time, um, like a lot of media companies, they had a digital internet department. It was a separate department from the rest of the entire company. And this department was going to be the tip of the spear. It was semi mysterious, and they were going to start bringing in digital revenue or starting to get more print revenue by giving away free things digitally. Um, and I remember seeing that department. It was like Vance Internet or something like that. The company was Vance Publishing,
Yeah.
and they were like this. They were like the Star Wars stormtroopers that are like the red stormtroopers. They were uh, extra elite and mysterious.
Yeah. I see.
You
I see
know,
what you did there, bro. I see what you did there.
I mean that's what they were like. So, um, starting in IT and then in web development, and as seeing all these trends going from even on the production side, going from film and CD materials to digital production workflows, all the digital revenue shifting from giveaway or value add to print products to digital kind of standing on its own. newsletters evolving, all the technology evolving. So this time span literally is my career, and I
Yeah.
think from the beginning of it to now,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. If you think
Wow.
about it, right? Like I
That's
remember,
wild.
yeah, like my first job, I was dealing with the Melissa virus. I mean, that was a real thing
Yeah.
back then, um, all the way to present day. And so it's really been interesting. Also, being very cross functional. So being in a tech or digital or IT department of all these different media companies, I've had to understand how all the areas of the company work. Even stuff that I thought was uh, totally irrelevant back then. Why am I working on this? It's been so great to know how all those
Mm-hmm.
areas of the company work, how accounting works, how production works, everything like that, and seeing those all evolve. So I worked at I think half a dozen maybe media companies over the years, and always wanted to do something entrepreneurial. But I did not really understand the work and the kind of the ups and downs and the deferred gratification, the real low points, really all the grit that it takes to actually do that. I love the
Yes.
fantasy of having my own company.
Yes.
So all of that to say, in 2019 or so, I was let go from a big executive job at a media company due to a riff, and I found myself um, wondering what to do next. And I started a LLC right then to do just general consulting, basically fractional CTO stuff,
There we go.
that sort of thing. I found some success, but very quickly I felt like I needed a job again. Kind of kept the LLC going on the side, but didn't really do much with it, and had a couple more media jobs. And then I think about 3 years ago, um, I thought I'd go at it again. Also, pretty unstructured,
Yeah.
right? Like it wasn't like I had tons of savings and I
Yeah.
prepared for this and I had backers and I had what I did have was at least one contract that was pretty big and would make me mostly whole. Um, and I knew that was enough to let's just try this. Let's see what happens. So again, going back into this unstructured wannabe entrepreneur thing, um, came out of the gate with a bunch of consulting and really hit a wall with that to where I just thought maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not built for this. Maybe I can't do this. It's overwhelming.
Yes.
I'm checking too many people's emails. I'm having too much context switching, and this is not fun at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So around that time, which now are getting to be about a year ago, and like I said, got to follow the bouncing ball here.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unwind.
It's a good bouncy ball.
It is. It's a crazy, crazy bouncing ball. But I was in a call with a prospect at the time, talking about ways I could help them. This is another media company, B2B media company, how I could help them, in this case, with their CDP implementation. So they had just installed Omida as their CDP, and they were wondering how can they get extra value out of this big investment and big project. And so one thing I was talking to them about is, hey, with AI, LLMs now, you can, and I wrote about this on LinkedIn as well, they're really good at analyzing content and pulling metadata out of content, including deriving from content what might be intent, or is this content written for somebody that is close to making a purchase decision? So something like
Yeah.
like this is the last 5 things you need to think about before buying a new fleet of vans for your company. So that is very different from an article about why vans are great. One is kind of top of the funnel informational. One is something really, it doesn't matter who you are. It's not light reading, and you'd only be reading it if you were ready to buy that thing.
Yes.
So I was talking about that and saying, you could go through your content and you could classify, which hypothetically we were talking about this.
Let me just say this word real quick, like reverse engineering audience intent from the content itself.
Exactly. And
That's
assuming,
so cool.
yeah, like assuming you don't know the visitor at all. You know,
Yes.
And what I like about that is I like, kind of I'm an audience advocate, so I like that this is very private. We're not cookieing people. We're not putting them in pools of following them around. All we're doing is saying, if you're reading this content, you might be closer to a purchase than somebody who is reading a different kind of piece of content.
Yes.
And so
This feels huge, bro. This feels groundbreaking. Like this
yeah,
feels big to
it, it
me.
it's big, and I remember trying to do it years before with a data scientist. So even people that worked with me back then are like, "Oh my God, Joel, this is you repeating again." But now you've done it. So so yeah, it's way better for privacy. It's kind of cookie proof, and it takes all that anonymous traffic and helps classify it again just by the content. I don't care who you are. If you're reading this, you're here. Maybe it's better than nothing, etc. And then there's so much other stuff you can do. If you're classifying content really really well, what else can you do with that? You combine that with vectors and RAG technology, and all of a sudden you're able to get something like far better related content.
Yeah.
So if I know what content is um, getting someone close to a purchase, I also know what content is helpful,
Yeah.
right? So if somebody's trying to do something, I can help them a lot more by saying, here's content like this content, but not just by taxonomy, not just by subject, by helpfulness. So I can now make the internet a little better place with being really good with metadata and similarity plus sort of a helpfulness index of content. So
Bro,
that's just right. That's just like one little thing
that's
besides
huge.
besides tagging. It's
Yeah.
not all about, yes, we want to create smart audience segments. We want to create smart context windows for targeting and segmentation. But also, if you have effectively as big of a database describing your content as your audience database is, and you put those two things together, what else can you do with all that metadata? And
Yeah.
so that's stuff I'm working on every day, basically, to make this application basically be a content insights engine, not just like a tagging thing. It's really about how smart can we be knowing everything about our content as a publisher.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm hypothetically talking about this with this prospect, and he's loving it. This is a great conversation. And so we might do consulting. And he was like, "Well, how would we really actually do that?" And I was like, "Well, I guess we could hire some programmers together, and maybe I could manage that project, and we could get all the stuff done in a batch." We talked about a couple other things, but here's the key pivotal moment. And I'm getting more than you asked for, but the key pivotal moment.
This is what I want.
Okay, awesome. So after that conversation, I hang up the call. I guess it wasn't a phone, it's a fake phone. And I thought to myself, what if I just build this as just a minimum viable product, just a shell of this, and have it analyze a couple articles, have it call the ChatGPT API, return metadata, classify it, and do all this stuff. And then instead of coming back and saying, "Hey, do you want this? Do you want me to help you consult?" I can come back and say, "I made this thing. Do you want to buy this thing?"
Yeah.
Right? I made it.
Right.
And so the problem was I didn't know. It had been a while since I've been a programmer. It's been a while since that's been my job. And
Computer science degree though. Computer science
computer
degree,
science
right?
degree, so like I
Yeah.
have the fundamentals.
Yeah.
But there's also ChatGPT was just coming around around then. This is a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I could chat with it to say, if I want to do this, how should I do it, and just get direction. You know, should I use this library or that library? Should I structure it this way or that way? And just having this coach basically that's sitting on my computer, I found that matched my learning style exactly. It's
Yeah.
way easier for me to just chat and ask stupid questions. If someone found my chat GPT history, they would find the dumbest questions that you could possibly ask. It might be like the greatest collection of complete dumb questions you could possibly ask. To get to that, get to that MVP, like
Yeah.
I made it myself, but I made myself a student with this teacher basically. Um, and I showed it to the prospect. They loved it. I asked them to be a pilot client, and right then, I bumped into this. You know, this is just
Yeah.
there's no plan here.
Yeah,
Uh,
bro.
there's no plan. So I immediately realized I'm a builder.
Yeah.
Immediately, I'm like, I forgot how fun it is to build things, and I've missed that doing sort of management tasks or executive tasks. I miss building something at the end of the day that is there that was not there before.
Yeah.
And now I'm unleashed because I can ask this thing, magic chat window, how to do stuff if I'm ever stumped and learn and get better and ask better questions. So I became a programmer basically again
Yeah.
with modern technology and immediately um, realized this is what I actually want to do, at least for now, until the next thing that and so now a year later, the software is processing thousands of articles for multiple publishing brands and publishers, um, and evolving constantly. I'm trying to add new features to it at all times, and at the same time, I'm not. And it's had huge downfall. I've had huge ups and downs with it. I've had multiple moments in the past year where I thought I should hang it up. I can't do this anymore,
Yeah.
and overcome them. And only now, like I'm building resilience way late in life. I did not have
Yeah.
this early on.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
late bloomer on
Yeah.
any sort of growth mindset or
Yeah.
resilience stuff. That has been the past couple of years. I did not have that as a kid,
Yeah.
um, so that's been a whole separate journey. But that kind of takes us to today. Except one other thing is the other light bulb moment was I've been using this AI stuff. My app is all AI empowered,
Yeah.
and I use it every day as a teacher and coach and everything else. So I maybe I can help other companies adopt
Yep.
AI for themselves.
Yep.
Right. And so
Yep.
that spun up my second product line, which is okay, there's SaaS software and that's cooking along. And that can be sort of a recurring revenue stream. And then I also want to have this structured consulting engagement, which I've already started with two clients right now. That is to get them from they've gotten as far as they have a Slack channel and they have a steering committee for AI, and that's as far
Yep.
as they've gotten. I
Yep.
want to get them from that to running with tools that are working for them and making things better at their company.
So
So
cool, man.
all the change management that goes with that too.
Yeah,
So
bro.
they don't have to worry. The CEO of the company doesn't have to worry about, oh, I'm going to be the bad guy pushing AI on everyone, or
Yeah.
I don't know where to begin, or everyone's doing their own thing already. This is a great opportunity to have an external person come in, assess, create a roadmap, gaps analysis, and get the team rowing in the right direction in a neutral way.
Right.
So so
Bro.
that's the latest thing
Wow.
it's those two things, software and AI transformation.
Man, dude. Okay. So then I even have two, I see two roles that you're playing right now that you're getting life out of. And the first is high level content strategist, right? Like the highest of high level content strategists, right? Because you're actually pushing the boundaries of what's ever been done in content taxonomy and classification, right? So that's huge. And then this other one is basically AI integrator, right? Or AI coach and integrator, meaning you're going to come in and you're going to help people make real progress integrating AI into their workflow. Um, so am I saying that accurately?
That's exactly right. I'd only add on that the AI integration also has a revenue path as well. So
Okay. Okay.
we want we want to seek internal efficiency
Yes.
where we
Yes.
can, but how can we create top line as
Yep.
well? So
Yep. That's
that
huge.
yeah,
And that goes back to your extensive career in media technology and revenue,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
exactly.
that's I'm just saying those key words so people know when to call Joel, right? Because I mean, y'all should be calling Joel. Like
Yeah,
I know he's the real deal because I've been with Joel since way before any of this stuff popped off, and
that's right.
I knew you were a remarkable person with a lot to say and a lot to give the industry. So that's amazing. Now let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you a subset question about the taxonomy stuff you're doing, content classification. For you, I know you have a platform, and your platform is the engine for creating taxonomy, right? And creating all this insight and in-depth, usable, strategic classification of content. Um, Now, as far as user experience with that content, how much are you in that realm, apart from just building, right, the database? Now, actually engineering the user experience that comes from that. How much are you there, or do you work with other people for that piece?
So it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
First, the system is bristling with APIs, so
Okay.
you can connect to it and do cool stuff with it.
Okay.
But there are some direct, I would call them widgets that are that use the all that taxonomy and are directly interfacing with website
Okay.
users.
Okay.
So one of them is a concept of a resources box, and that's kind of the helpful content. So this is a widget that would go on your content website, and it's going to use this powerful vector lookup, vector database, all my proprietary algorithms for figuring out helpfulness or intent to data, or I'm sorry, to content, to surface the best content to help that user out. So it's going to render out links that that user is going to click on directly. So that's one direct thing. The other thing I'm working on that everyone is working on as well, but it would be a chat interface. If they're on some DIY article and they're like, how can uh, I need more help with how do I like glue these two things together? That chat interface, it has all of the intelligence of the whole content because we have the whole database of the content
Yes.
already, and we
Yes.
have it all indexed correctly. And
Yes.
so it can it's kind of like a custom chat GPT, but with tools that interface directly with the data. So
Wow.
yeah, so those
Is
are
that for the user? Is that for the website user, or is that for internally for the
for the website
organization?
user directly.
Okay. That's for the user.
And I don't want to have the system be mainly a end user thing. Like if I can surface the data and you can do smart stuff with it with another system, that's the best. But in some cases, I just need to be end to end, and so that's mainly these widgets.
Yep. All right. So that's good. So really your typical engagement with a media company is you're providing this service, this classification, your platform's just gonna do what it's gonna do, and you've got these different integrations that you can put into their website through widgets and that are gonna kind of supercharge the audience's ability to leverage all that content and intelligence in some interesting ways, right?
Exactly.
That's your typical, and then you also have these extended relationships where there's maybe a third party intermediary who has the technology to do the user experience stuff and make the changes to the website, and they're using you more as the background, intelligence platform
That's
for
right.
that.
And so that's usually either the CMS system or whatever the web platform is, and that could be a million different platforms. Or it's usually their CDP system
Yep.
where they know the first party
Yep.
data story, they know the
Yep.
people, the cookies, the everything else. I'm just adding to that story with
Yep.
here's the real context.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense, man. So this was a short one today. We've got to kind of start to come to a close. We're going to have a part two. Actually, I
Yeah,
think I think this actually works really well as a part one and a part two, and maybe more because um, the story is very compelling that you're telling, and it's just incredibly relevant to the stories that I'm trying to get out to my audience, which are trying to figure out what is the resource that I have, right? Like what what do I have at my disposal as a media organization that can fast track into new revenue opportunities, or let's say first before that can fast track into increased value for my users and my audience, right? And I think your finger's right on the pulse of that, man. Can you name any names of any third parties that you're currently working with, or is
Yeah,
that yeah?
yeah.
Okay,
So I've worked with Parameter One, they are an awesome CMS system um, on how we could possibly integrate and help their CMS clients, as well as Omida.
okay,
Um, I've got multiple clients where we're taking our data and just folding it into their user experience. So that's been really great. Um, those are the two main ones that I've been working with. And what's nice is creating any custom integration now is pretty simple. It used to be very complicated, but now with the help of AI, we can create stub out new connections pretty easily.
and describe to me who's the person that should be calling you. Let's end with this. Who's the
Yes.
person that what's the pain they're feeling? What's their role? What's their disposition? What are they like? Yeah, that should be calling you like tomorrow.
So it's somebody who's in charge of digital revenue primarily, and they're looking for new revenue streams, new product ideas, new ways to monetize what they already have. And what's great about that role, making the call, uh, is that they've got the right motivations. They're not doing it as a nice to have. They're doing it as a means to survival and growth. So they really get it, and they can also help the product's story internally.
Yes,
So we don't have to worry about adoption. They're going to help push it through and train the
yes,
sales staff and prioritize it, which is great.
yes,
And then secondary to that would be sort of an audience growth role, where they're trying to figure out how to increase audience engagement, recover page views that are leaving from AI search results, and try to build their database by just being more helpful and engaging with their content. So
awesome. All right, so those are the people that should be calling you, and yeah, man, I know that you're a person of integrity. I know you're incredibly innovative and creative, hardworking, and resilient now, right? Like
now
resilient,
resilient, late again,
right?
late to the game on that
Yeah,
one, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
yeah,
I'll still get surprised occasionally, but I'll get better after that.
yeah, yeah. It's so good, man. Joel, thank you for spending time with me today.
Thank you for the interview. Thanks for talking to me. It's awesome.
Everybody who was here up till this point, thank you for joining us, and we'll check you next time. Take it easy.